Kajol, AJ, welcome and thank you so much for bringing destruction to North America. Wow. Diwali, right? Diwali is the big day. There's so much buzz around this movie and I'm really excited. Before I get into it, I have to just say one thing to you, Kajol. You are one of my favorite actresses and I just have to just put that out there. I have a massive girl crush on you, so I just need to tell you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And so I'm really excited about this particular enterprise of yours. Of course, this is from your production company. You guys are really meticulous when it comes to putting together concepts for your movies, and this one is, second to none. The buzz around it is around the plot. Everyone is kind of talking about what is going to happen, in this story. And, the things that I'm hearing about it is that, is it kind of a take on Taken from Hollywood? Is it a story about something that perhaps you guys have heard about and you thought that this was a really interesting concept to really put out there? I'd love to know really what is the plot? What is the concept behind Shivaay?
I think you don't need to use too much of your brain. It's a very simple concept. Yes, it is a concept on. It's an emotional relationship of a father and a daughter, and why, how, and what happens is you should watch the movie, and that's how I cut the trailer, because I've just come out with the first song, which is the romantic song, second song I would say, yeah. And every song of mine reveals the story gradually, so that's the intention. And yes, I would call it an emotional drama. It's very simple. It's like a family drama, but action based.
And Shivaay, obviously there's some great fundamental symbolism associated with using Lord Shiva.
I think the character's name is Shiva.
Right.
Shiva. He idolizes Lord Shiva, but we've not shown him in any very modern. I mean, he believes in something, but it's not that he goes out to the temples and prays and things like this. There's nothing religious about it. The character has got all the imperfections, I would say, of Lord Shiva, because Lord Shiva was the only Lord, is the only God who always has imperfections. He's like a human being. He's almost human. Otherwise, you see all the other gods are portrayed to be perfect. But Shiva was the destroyer, is the destroyer. Shiva is the transformer, is the creator. He's a simple person. He can be fooled if you read all the stories and mythology. So I've used all those imperfections, and how those imperfections can be converted into a great human being. I mean, when the crisis arises.
I have to ask you something, Kajol. Why are you not in this movie? I need to know why you're not in this movie.
I asked him the same question actually.
Right?
I was like, why am I not in this film? And he was like, sorry baby, but unfortunately the film has been written like that, and I have to be true to the script. Damn.
Oh gosh. And and I think obviously you've been a part of the process. You're very hands-on where the company's concerned, from everything that I've read. I want to ask you one thing from your perspective, not actually being in this movie with AJ. What do you think is special about this particular movie that people need to know about?
Like Ajay said, that Shivaay comes across as an action film, but the action is definitely the backdrop to the story, to the screenplay, to the emotions, to the most fantastic performances from everybody, Ajay included, in the film. We have some lovely actors in the film, and we have some breathtaking scenery in the film, and it all combines to make just one beautiful, seamless film that hopefully everybody will watch and everybody will come out enjoying the film, thoroughly feeling each and every second of the film, honestly.
So many of the actors, other than Ajay of course, are new to the film industry. I feel that was deliberate. Tell me why you didn't use the normal formula, bring in the big names other than yourself, of course.
No, I actually said that you need to be honest to the script, and the script demanded actors which were not Indian, because the story is like this. And that is why I have actors, and it is a performance-driven film. So it took me nearly 1 year to cast everybody, and touchwood, I've been very lucky with my cast. They're one of the most fabulous actors I've ever come across. You'll see all of them, the way they've performed, from the child to Erica to Saisha, and to a lot more characters in the film which you've not seen yet in the trailer. So yes, it is a very, very performance-driven film.
Absolutely. Why release it during Diwali? I'm curious.
Because see, all big releases, you try to target holidays. When people are free, people go out, watch movies, it's a festive season. So you see, all big films at least try to target holidays. It could be Eid, it could be Diwali, it could be Christmas, because the revenue generated is much more.
Of course, at the end of the day, right? I want to ask you something about the music. It's really interesting how you have such a diversity of people that participated from a music perspective. Mithun, you've got this pop rock band from England. I'm British, so I was so excited when I saw the name The Vamps on there. Was that deliberate, or did it kind of organically happen?
Vamps happened. Mithun's been working on the film since the past 1.5 years, and every song of mine takes the story forward. It's just not for the sake of it. So it was very tough for my lyricists, Said Bhai and Sandy, because I wouldn't go out of context in not even a word out of the characters would not feel.
The title track is tremendous. You released that. The second song has also been released as of today as well. Kajol, tell me, what do you think of this film from the perspective of having seen obviously the process that Ajay has been a part of? This is his second directorial film. How do you feel he did?
I think he has done a fantastic, absolutely amazing job, and we've stayed tight, we've stayed on budget, which was very difficult to do considering the scale of the film, the places that we shot in, the conditions that we shot under. So I think he's done an absolutely fantastic job, and I have seen parts of the film. I mean, I've not seen the whole thing put together as yet, but I have seen whatever I've seen so far has been absolutely amazing. It's just amazing.
And it's such an adventurous movie. I mean, having looked at the trailer, of course, I mean, if I didn't hear the Hindi, I would think this is a Hollywood film.
Yeah.
There's the international cast in the film. I have actually designed the film such a way you watch it silently, you know what's happening. Because I didn't want language to be a barrier. And practically the whole film could be understood without dialogues, because people speak in various languages in the film. But they're just speaking for the sake of it. I've treated the whole film in such a way that you will understand. You keep the film mute and you'll understand it.
It's interesting you say this, because your portfolio, as a producer, as a director, you always take on these really, really difficult tasks with movies. Like your portfolio is indicative of that since the beginning of your production company. You don't seem to follow that formula of which is indicative of commercial success. It's almost like you push yourself to a whole other creative level.
That is
right,
the
that's
intention.
intentful, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean,
is he hard to deal with when he's trying to do these impossible tasks, Kajol?
No, actually, he does it so often that we've kind of got used to it now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he is. But I think that professionally speaking, if you look at his career graph, he's probably the only actor that I know of who's done a comedy, who's done seriously well in comedy, done seriously well in action, done seriously well in romantic, done seriously well in like every genre of cinema that you can think of. And that I think goes to his credit in being able to choose what he's been given and accept the challenge and say, okay, I'm going to beat this. I know for a fact that, comedy was, he used to be like, I don't know whether I can do a comedy or not. And he actually beat it so well. So I think he's amazing.
Do you think that's why Ajay is a good director, is a good producer, and of course you wrote this film too? What is
With my writer, yes. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's because of that. Of course, experience counts.
because you've been on
but
the other side? Do you feel that gives
I've
you a
always been on
competitive
the other.
advantage?
No, it's always been that I was on the other side. When I started as an assistant. I used to make my own films. I used to shoot my own films. I used to do everything else apart from acting.
That's incredible.
And suddenly I was literally pushed to acting. It just suddenly happened. But yeah, it was always I was always involved in the other side of filmmaking.
So what do you hope that people will get out of this film? Ajay, and then I'd love for you to answer also, Kajol.
For me, I showed the film to a couple of my people who were very honest to me, and I got the exact reaction I wanted. They walked out with tears in their eyes and a smile on their face, and they were thinking about their loved ones and they wanted to talk to them.
So you succeeded in
That's what
portraying the emotion,
I
the
think
human
so.
emotion,
I mean,
right?
that is for you all to decide.
Yeah.
But the first reaction of some people who saw it was exactly what I wanted.
Perfect. How about yourself, Kajol?
I think what he wants people to take out of it is exactly like he said. I think that in that aspect, he's a pretty selfless director, because most directors have other agendas on mind when they make movies. So I think he's being pretty selfless with this film, and he's sticking to the script, he's sticking to the narrative. And I think when you watch the film, I think when people watch the film, that's what they will come out with, that they will know that Ajay Devgn has made a film which is true to himself.
Kajol, I know that the online part of the business that you guys have is a really integral component of, how you kind of let people know about your movies, right? And I know that online is something that's been a big part of what you do, right? I mean,
Yeah.
anywhere you read it, I know that's a big passion for you. You grew that part of the business. Would I be correct in asking
I
you
wouldn't
that?
say that I grew it, but I have been a little more active on it at
Yes.
this particular point in time.
And do you feel that that's really important to get the message out now? Especially amongst kind of that younger crowd that I think would
That's the
appreciate
medium
this
today.
movie.
That's the medium today, and it's
Yeah.
the fastest medium today. I think you say something and it spreads like wildfire. It just takes like 10 minutes to be all over the world. You're connected all over the world. So you have to move on with times, and that is the fastest medium, and people all over the world are hooked onto it.
And my final question for the both of you, if there was anything that you could change in Kajol, what would it be and why change it?
Honestly,
and I want to ask you that question as well.
Honestly, nothing. I think I've been very lucky.
What a blessing.
So
And yourself,
I'll tell you
Kajol?
why I'm saying
Yes.
nothing. I'll tell you why I'm saying nothing, because I honestly believe that I believe that human beings are human at the end of the day. He's human, I'm human, and there are days that we fight like cats and dogs, and we're like, I really don't like you today. But and that too is okay. That's part of having a relationship, and like I said, we're all human, and if you love somebody, you work that through.
Absolutely.
I think that's what love is about, honestly.
Absolutely. And that's what life is about, right?
Exactly.
Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Wish you all the best with the movie, and I can't
Thank you
wait
so
to
much.
take my son to go see it.
please see it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Your son. Take him to the community.
I'm telling you, I'll take everyone with me. Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for stopping by. I'm so happy that you're here, and I look forward to you guys subscribing to my channel so we can have loads more fun here at Open Chess with me, GIRN.